My team is the truth, but they some liars to you. And they never sing, but they always shoot. And all of their diamonds are new. And that's why I'm here with villain, cause I really get it. And I need all my honeys in blue. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the proof. You gotta choose. You like the top or you just like to lose. Make a move. Then at the bottom, I got the proof.
Well, the roof is closed, but as you can probably tell, the mouths of these Cowboy fans could not be more wide open. It is a frenzied AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7th. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. A situation they'll certainly want to avoid going forward. In early second and long they're facing. Another try after the first down sack. Prescott will go down as a gain of 6, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw, Prescott. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down in bounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 9-yard line.
They go to Elliott again. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
A 1st down carry by Elliott. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line.
15 yards the pickup, first down Washington.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And this is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. Here we go, 47. Under.
A first down throw for Prescott.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. We're scoreless after 1.
No score.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
He rifles one that's intercepted. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw here. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball in this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Here's Tressway now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
And the Washington first down.
A handoff left. Elliott. A nice little juke. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out and picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He'll get just a yard on the scramble at 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
2nd and 9 now. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the 1st half.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Here we go now on 1st and goal. Now Elliott. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Ezekiel Elliott with career touchdown number 70. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Antonio Gibson on the return. The Cowboys take over.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands. Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a 2nd half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Hanger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. On the return, it's James. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Hey, rest.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Steps away to his left.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Terry McLaurin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now 14-0.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something being and Prescott, his 3rd interception. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout.
As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. George Kittle as the 1st half is winding down.
And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this 1st half as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kendall Fuller. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Out there setting ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much... He's got a man, complete! And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
The defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of the game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Anthony Brown. The 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Brett Maher on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man, complete. A huge play there for Washington. 77 yards.
Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Inside give to Elliott. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Again, it's Elliott. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Back to throw here.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott now.
Pass to Tony Pollard out of the backfield. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Prescott to throw it. On the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
Here's Brian Anger now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 37-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that?
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
Following the interception, here's Prescott.
Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Prescott.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Second and 4.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Extra point by Mara, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
And he's going to be out of bounds here as the run back will leave him shy of the 20-yard line.
Will take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the pick six we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a two-possession game as they can... He's got a man complete! And he will finally be escorted out of bounds down inside the 35.
A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards.
Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sims. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. First target, first catch, and a first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Now back to throw.
That one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down.
They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They'll set up a throw.
They'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Forced out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Sly able to put this one through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally...
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense, because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space, because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. They'll look to throw again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys are going to have it here just past the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Prescott on play action.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's got him in. Complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Now Prescott.
He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. Here's Prescott.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now Prescott.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they like to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be recovered by